Are you reading it?
We're not, yes, I am, I'm reading.
Okay.
Okay, we can get started. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Motion to approve the minutes,
Both sets, right?
both sets.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. How about the claims, guys?
I didn't have any questions.
Morning, Barb.
Good morning.
Did you?
Hi. Hi.
I had one question, I guess. This is McKesson Medical Surgery. Is that the new?
What is it?
The new one?
First page.
Yeah,
Um,
you know?
I think they've been a vendor.
I don't recall.
Okay,
the
you got
one with
everything
you,
you need?
Rick.
No.
They had a bunch of bills I see from Virginia Gage passed.
Well, we've been using them since June of '22, so it's not new.
It's not new?
Nope. Actually, so no, that's not a new company.
So I'll make a motion, we approve the claims if you don't have any other questions.
What's that?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
What's the ARPA claims?
Got a pile of them today. We'll pass them around. So that Vermeer is the, I just need you to sign that one. That's for that chipper.
Yep.
So True North again, one's 4,428. That's for the radio towers. And then that East Central Iowa REC, I got the invoice for that, which we already approved that facility extension. But now we have to pay for that, and that's out of ARPA, and that's for $3,943.41. And
Which we didn't need, but appreciated.
this one is a big one for Raycom. And that's the one where we're splitting out. So the total is $1,526,568.23. $410,125.20 is gonna be out of ARPA. The rest is coming out of our capital projects.
Okay, so what were those numbers again, please?
They're, I can give this to you.
Okay.
Okay.
They're in your,
Yep.
They're in here.
Yep.
yeah. And the last one you're gonna have is the boiler project.
Yeah, I don't have that one yet today, but, is it in there?
Yes,
Oh,
23,922.75.
and that should be the last of that one then, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the other thing on there that you missed yet is the abstract, to make a new abstract for the radio tower piece of it. So 410,000, and then later on in the claims, you got $1 million something, that's coming out of what, the money that we borrowed, right?
Yep, that's out of our debt service.
Yep,
That 1,500 fund?
yep,
Yep, that's capital projects,
yep. Okay.
because we only wanted to portion that civils portion out, because she gave me the breakdown.
Well, can I get a motion to approve
Okay,
the ARPA funds?
make the motion, we approve those claims through the ARPA funds.
And then I'll have you.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm gonna reply to that Karen.
What's that?
I'll reply to that Karen then.
Okay. Now we jump down to number 9. Discuss and approve abate taxes on parcels. Number 830.
Yep, so that was one that Melinda said was through, the DOT easement
Okay.
or something they got right away, so it got missed in the first round, so it's $28. If you can amend that, or abate it by resolution, please. I'll let you sign that.
And again, that was for what?
State of Iowa.
State of Iowa.
Okay.
Road use.
Yep,
Here's the resolution.
Okay.
right away.
Yep.
Well, I'll make a motion that we abate those taxes on parcel 830-11620 for $28.
I have a second.
Second.
All in favor by
Primer, aye.
Deershank, aye.
Seaman, aye. Then you got the cigarette permit handy.
Yep. There's two of them, there's two different.
Two different ones.
Well, there's the Kim's New York cigarette one and the other one,
Who's the other?
The alcohol
the alcohol
license.
one, McBride.
Yep.
So moved
For which one?
for the alcohol license, and the cigarette license. Maybe do both.
No,
No, they're
they're
separate.
separate.
Individually.
Alcohol license.
Good.
And this is the one we normally do with Casino Farms.
Yep.
Yep. And I would second his motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Now you can do your cigarette permit.
I move we approve the cigarette permit for Kim's Mini Mart.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I think Braxton, you're here for number 5.
Mm-hmm. About 6 minutes, can we get it in, discuss it by them?
I don't know why we can't. Read through it again last night, seemed pretty basic. Do you have any comments, Braxton?
I do, is now my time. So I'm here representing the Board of Health today. I happen to draw this short straw and be the only board member available to come. I'm just gonna read an email here. I have not seen the contract, I actually just found out about this last night, but from my understanding, the Board of Supervisors is looking to enter into a subcontract with Virginia Gay to continue public health efforts if we do not have someone hired by July 1, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Something for the interim.
Okay, so I'm just gonna read this email, it's from Caitlin to Maggie. Caitlin is our new board member who works full-time Blackhawk County Public Health. Forgive me, it's a little long-winded, but it's very descriptive. The Board of Health, the function of the Board of Health is to work on an agreement for public health services per Iowa Code, Chapter 137, and Iowa Administrative Code 641, Chapter 77, which outline the duties and local boards of health, specifically Administrative Code 641, Chapter 77.3, subsection 2, subsection B. A local board of health shall perform the following essential public health services: enforce laws and regulations that protect public health and enforce lawful orders of the department. 2, make and enforce reasonable rules and regulations not inconsistent with the law or the rules of the state board as may be necessary for the protection and improvement of public health. And 3, employ persons as necessary for the efficient discharge of the board's duties. Employment practices shall meet the requirements of Iowa Code Chapter 8A, Subchapter 5, or any civil service provisions adopted under Iowa Code Chapter 400. If the Board of Health chooses to enter into an agreement for public health services required to be completed by Iowa Code or administrative rules, the following services must be assured: impose and enforce quarantine and isolation, furnish supplies and services / care during quarantine and isolation, communicable diseases investigation and follow-up, includes assurance of STD, STI examination and treatment, immunization and dental audits for schools, immunizations to children if not provided elsewhere, assure completion of community health needs assessment. Normally, this would also include a few items related to animal bites and follow-up and private sewage disposal systems, but that is already done by environmental health. Can also concur that priority for service gaps is not immunization audits, but rather communicable disease investigation and follow-up, as this is required by Iowa Code Chapter 139A and Iowa Administrative Code Chapter 641, Chapter 1. And some investigations must be done immediately, but most within 3 days. The agreement should be between the Board of Health rather than the county proper. Additionally, the rates outlined in the agreement are significantly higher than the rates provided to the board by the subcontract committee that could be provided by Buchanan County, or subcommittee that could be provided by Buchanan or Blackhawk counties. If the board had a chance to review the contract, I'm not sure this would be their preference. We had a committee research feasibility on subcontracting, which could have informed such agreement. So in short, what that says is, as a board, we feel that it is per Iowa Code that it is our responsibility to be entering in a subcontract with Virginia Gay or whomever we would choose to enter in that with. This was not brought up at our last meeting. Maggie was not able to attend, but she had not heard of this. I believe no one on our board had heard of this contract until yesterday when it was seen on the agenda, but I could be mistaken. I found out about it last night.
Yeah, I sent it to Maggie yesterday afternoon.
Okay. So that's my comment.
Okay,
Long-winded.
well, according to the Iowa Code, it's up to the Board of Health to enter into the agreement.
That
Not
is
the
our
Board of
understanding.
Supervisors,
I'm sorry?
not the Board of Supervisors.
That's our understanding per these two, the Iowa Code and the Iowa Administrative Code.
That's what it sounds like.
So the 1st of July, if you ain't got nobody hired to do this job, whose butt's it hanging in the wind?
That falls on the board as a collective. And we understand that that's our responsibility, which is why we've been working diligently to make this happen.
So who you got in mind?
We put the application out, or the job posting out last week, end of last week, last Friday, it went out. And to my understanding, there are a few applicants already, so hopefully we will be able to move forward as of July 1st. But we do understand that that's our responsibility as a board, given that we don't have anyone.
Sure.
But we did have a subcontract committee. We had 2 people from our board review potential options when we were exploring all of our options, which is what Caitlin was discussing in here, that if we move forward, we potentially have more cost-effective options than going with Virginia Gay.
I don't know how you can go against the state of Iowa. Like it or not.
Well, I just worry about from 1st of July, like I said,
We better have their ducks in a row.
well,
Yeah.
we're elected officials, we can be, class action suit against us. I can't believe they're appointed.
Get it, I get it, but again, if that should happen, if they don't have anybody hired, they have the right to enter into an agreement, just like Virginia Gay or whomever else. So, yeah. Better get their ducks in a row.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good. Appreciate you
That boy.
listening. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Hey, Matt, I guess your name's on the list, so.
Ready to Corey?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Manny.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah, we'll start the public hearing now.
Okay.
I'll give a little spiel and give you a chance to add anything if you need.
Okay.
Morning, Corey, we're gonna talk about you.
Okey dokey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so Corey Haney is requesting change the use of 1 acre of land to allow for a single-family dwelling. This proposed dwelling, it's located at 5248 31st Avenue in Walker. And this site's just over a mile north of Interstate 380 along Highway 150 on the east side. And that's in section 15 of Polk Township. And Corey purchased this parcel last year, which is about 3 acres in total, from Dennis and Monica Zeeser. In this site, it's not in agricultural production. The entire 3 acre parcel has an average weighted CSR value of 56, but a vast majority of that 1 acre building site is located within that area that has a CSR of 40. And the applicant is sharing a driveway with the neighboring property to the north, and that's owned by Richard and Lori Tharp. And an easement's been recorded, giving the applicant use of this driveway as well as a 25-foot wide easement running south to his property. In this driveway, it is along Highway 150, but Randy Sherwood did drive by there and take a look at that, and it appeared that that driveway did have appropriate site distance. So it's using the existing driveway that exists there on Richard and Lori Tharp's property. And so a private water well and septic system will need to be installed to serve this dwelling. The owner has had a private soil evaluation completed to design the septic system. And based upon those findings, an alternative septic system may be required to be installed just due to the depth of the limiting layer that was present on those findings. In this proposal, it's for a single-family dwelling. It's located immediately south of a cluster of 6 other dwellings that are present just to the north. And then surrounding it on the east, west, and south is a grassland riparian area. And outside of this, it's predominantly all row crops in this area. And we sent out 6 notices to adjacent property owners, as well as the legal notice was published in the official newspapers. And our office did not receive any comments or any questions regarding this proposal. And so given that this proposal is located within a smaller area, situated between existing dwellings, Iowa Highway 150 and a creek, and then in addition to that, the low corn stability rating at this site, this proposal should not have any negative impacts on surrounding farm operations. Corey, do you have anything you want to add to that?
That sounds like about everything covered there.
I see no issues. Make a motion that we approve Corey's application for land use change.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Attaboy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
You're gonna need an electrical permit from the state,
Yep.
and then the well inspector come to our office.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
McBurney's gonna do septic, and then
There.
Cambridge try to, clone them as well.
You want this paperwork back? Don't matter.
I use it for scratch paper.
There you go, young lady.
Yeah, I'll probably have to review that soil sample again, because that was probably a year old now, so I'll probably have them come back out and review it, see if I end on it, where we need it. Okay. I might use that today for cherry. Alright, sounds good, thank you.
So,
Nice job, man.
Yep.
you've got some reports?
Yeah, we got 10 minutes, 11, 9 minutes.
Is that long enough?
More long. Landfill last Thursday,
Hi, how are you?
They're hauling more dirt this morning.
yep, they started yesterday. They're getting a lot of dirt in,
Tremendous amount.
so that was one thing. Otherwise, they haven't started the new cell yet or anything because of the dirt that they're hauling in.
It's getting taller and taller and taller.
I think 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I can't remember for sure. One day alone, they got 224 loads of dirt.
Semi
Lot of traffic.
loads.
A lot of traffic.
Okay, then
Is there
Thursday
room to get
afternoon.
garbage trucks in there?
Oh, yeah, yeah. They're going to separate area.
Okay.
Yep, they get separated. Thursday afternoon, I come up here to the ITC power line, got to hear all about that. Last night I had EMS over at Scott Hansen's office. Just talking about radio projects and all the stuff that the EMS still has to do yet. Oh, like, the 2 airports in Benton County, they oversee on that. And of course, the little bit of discussion on the Dwayne Arnold sirens. Not all of them have been moved out of Benton County yet. Some of the towns that are getting the towers are still waiting for a company to pull them up and bring them to their town. That's about it.
Got 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah, that's enough. How about you, any meeting? None?
I got one Thursday.
Thursday and Friday.
I got Eastern Iowa Trust Fund Thursday and then Easy Cog Thursday too also.
Are you chairman of Easy Cog?
No, no,
You sure?
no. Justin was in here this morning, I thought he did a pretty good job moving that dirt. He's got it all feathered out to the sidewalk stage that we took out, that the tree root looks pretty good. So now I just gotta get up here and he filled the dirt in between that chunk that I cut out to run the power line, so I'll have to dig that back out when I cement. So I don't know, I'm thinking about cementing that in by hand. Bringing a mixer up and
I think it looks pretty good.
he did a good job with the skid loader. That big mound's gone now pretty well.
Where'd you go with the dirt?
Just shoved it down where them sidewalk stays was. So you didn't have to haul any dirt in there.
How many people come up to, get food at Hay Cap?
Cap, I have no idea. I have nothing to do with that. Here, they've been running between 60 and 80 every Tuesday.
Is that what you were wondering, Gary?
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, see, Cap's totally different from this.
Well, no.
No?
Because HACAP provides food for them
They do too?
here.
Okay,
That's just another part of it, that's the congregate meals.
okay. But don't they get food over there too? Once
It's
a
all
week,
here.
it's all here?
It's all here.
Here in
The,
Belle Plaine?
Well, and then they also provide food like at the Wesley United Church.
That's what I thought, yeah.
So, but that's multiple
Areas.
locations for food distribution, but then the congregate meals here in Belle Plaine. Yeah, so,
Cause the grocery stores up here do a lot of,
well, they're,
you know, I brought eggs up here this morning and I was flabbergasted. I mean, they got eggs, one of the stores this morning, yesterday.
wow. That's pretty good.
I guess I need to go over here and get a vehicle.
You what?
I need to go over here and get a vehicle.
Why? You in line?
No, their vehicles are from the people that come up here and get food. Way better.
I don't think they got the vehicles here. Good morning, Myron.
Morning.
Quick question, Tracy.
Yes,
The two-way radios
yes,
for secondary roads
Yes.
and weed,
yes.
is that invoice to be paid after they're delivered or half and half?
Took care of that yesterday, bud.
Okay. Well,
Brought that up today.
okay,
Called them yesterday. No, July.
okay. I just,
They don't have to be paid this year. Or I should say, this fiscal year. I got it pushed off till July.
And then we need to decide if it's 50/50 or how we're doing that.
Well, we originally said 200,000 out of the ARPA
ARPA,
funds.
and the balance would come out of secondary
200 or 20-some thousand is your responsibility.
mhm.
Okay.
But I know that proposal originally was written up as 50/50, and then I think it was written up differently when it was sent to you, and I
Yeah.
wasn't sure what the details were.
Yep, I got it here, but anyway, that,
Haley had sent me a copy of it. I
Yes.
haven't looked at it in detail, but I just know that it
yes.
ended up in your hands, I
Because it
think, at
was
that
on the
point.
agenda for today, and then I called them yesterday, right before our meeting yesterday, and we got that ironed out.
Okay,
So, July,
perfect.
because now we're having meetings, well, that's another one I forgot to tell you, we're having meetings every Thursday now.
That's where you go around and tour them.
No, we do it on Zoom, but I mean, you know, well, we did the Zoom meeting last Thursday, and then that's when I had to come up here to look at the three towers. One of the deals was that out here at Kreitner's here, that they got the extra guide wires on, but there ain't nothing mentioned about moving the enclosure fence, chain link fence around the new guide wires. And I went out there and I taped them, they're only 10 foot off the ground, so I had to contact Sean that you gotta watch it when you plant there, or else your tractor or your marker arms are gonna get in them brand new cables and pull the tower down. So that started another deal that they gotta get somebody out there and get them enclosures around the guide wires coming down, so nobody can actually drive underneath the guide wires and pull the tower down.
I think the first guide wires had fencing around the anchors, but then
Yes.
there were just poles that went out far enough so
Yes.
you would stay away from it.
Correct. That's what they had. I mean, they're still there, that, cause they didn't take them out. But like I said, I taped them from the poles to the ground, it's only 10 foot, so not good. So, and then they start the cement work last Wednesday out here.
So what's going on down at Belle Plaine? Is there any work getting done down there?
They got that tower all beefed up, it's, you know, and I believe they're using the old building on that. They're using the old building out of Norway, that's there already. But they gotta pour this pad for the generators, they gotta pour the pad for the LP tank down up there, and then they gotta extend the fence that Ron and Scott and me put up fly-by-night chain link fence to keep everybody out.
At
Yeah.
Norway?
Yeah. And then they're also supposed to be doing landscaping this week, so. So they tore that ground up pretty bad up down in Norway when they built that tower. You were down there, probably seen that tracks that they cut in, but. But it's trying to
It
get
was
this.
kind of the season for,
Yeah, you can't help it.
right.
But the idea is trying to get somebody back to,
Mm-hmm.
and I understand the mayor and the maintenance guys down there in Norway, they're not happy because it's kinda hard to mow lawn, cause it is a park,
Mm-hmm.
so.
Yeah.
They're
And it
supposed to be
really-
taken care of this week, so I,
Yeah, that's good because it's picnic season and
all right, Myron.
Chris Ward, City, Benton, contacted me a couple months ago, but on the east edge of Benton, out at Marv Lindsay Ball Fields, 25th Avenue Drive is what we call it, I forget if it's 10th Street Avenue in Benton, but when ball games are going on, the parking's pretty heavy on that gravel road north of the treatment plant up to 61st Street Lane. City is in the process of making a parking area outside of the ball diamonds there. And with that, they want to encourage people to use the parking area instead of parking on the road. The city of Benton has recently passed a resolution for no parking on that road by their city street, which would be the west side of the street. The east side of that 25th Avenue Drive is the county's because of how the corporate limit runs. And the request was for 1,000 feet south of the county home road, 61st Street Lane, be no parking on the east side of that rock road. What I have is a resolution here.
Is the parking lot put in yet?
Not yet, but I don't have no parking signs in my inventory, so I'm gonna have to order them. Scott Meyer's been out to my place. They wanna widen the driveway just east of the ball diamonds on the county home road. And I think a driveway south of the ball diamonds.
So to give any indication where it's gonna be ready?
Well, the mayor was ready to start last week, and Scott said, I think we should talk to the county and make sure that where we're putting all the driveways in are in compliance with the county's requirements. I think they're planning on hiring a contractor. I think the process is in the works.
Gonna make a lot of people angry for no parking signs if they don't have that
I
parking
have no
lot.
intention of putting no parking signs up until
Attaboy.
the parking lot is up. And I
Well,
know
you don't
that-
have signs anyway.
But I know
Yeah.
that it's gonna take me 4 weeks minimum to
Okay.
get no parking signs.
Sure,
So,
sure.
when Chris had contacted me recently, and the city had taken action, I think last month at their city council meeting, I said I would get it on the
Sure.
agenda. I
Okay.
don't think it's any problem. We did it 20-plus years ago
Mhm.
on our avenue, just outside of our shop, when prior owners before the American Legion, that location had a lot of parking on that city street, and had prohibited parking for 1,000 feet on our avenue, north and south of West First Street back then, and those no parking signs are still up on the west side out there too.
Yeah, but they had a parking lot.
Can you borrow them?
Not yet, not till they got the
No,
parking lot.
I agree with you, but I mean, instead of order new signs, just,
Probably not.
okay,
So you need a motion to approve this, and I'll make that motion.
Second.
And it is by resolution.
Primer, aye.
Beer shake aye.
Seaman,
We're related to them now. So I'm gonna ask him on that. Since you filled these out, will you look this over with me later?
Sure.
Thank you.
Go into your office when you get done here.
Oh,
Or
well,
here.
it's just, I know you get these all the time, we got one for the watershed, so I'm
Okay.
not sure how to fill that.
A few weeks ago, when you made some adjustments with pay raise for fiscal year '24, you included the secondary roads union contract, or secondary roads bargaining unit employees from the original offer that was made to 7% for fiscal year '24.
No, I'm not.
And the 4% for the following 2 years. That offer that you presented to the secondary roads, they're supportive and agreement with that proposal that the county last made. The new secondary roads contract will mirror the courthouse handbook in almost all areas except the definition of 40-hour work week. I think that's the only exception in that contract. So, unless you have a change of heart and have a difference of an opinion, I'm looking for a motion to approve the contract, 3-year contract starting July 1st of '23 through June 30th of '26 for secondary roads employees. Biggest item being a pay increase of 7% come July 1st, 4% on top of that July 1st of '24, and 4% on top of that come July 1st of '25. 3-year contract. The contract was written up for the chairperson to sign that as well as myself. But if all is still in agreement with you, I would look for a motion to approve this contract and allow the chair to sign the final version of the contract.
And I would make that motion that we approve it and authorize your signature.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Copy I gave you is
The final.
everything minus a couple signatures.
Mine. Yeah, because I've got 3 or 4 different versions, yeah. I had to write final on this one.
They're the same.
I don't know if they were sending it to you or I was forwarding it on, so I don't
And I'll
know.
make an electronic version here.
Oh,
probably.
that's fine.
Or it'll be just as easy to take this title sheet or signature sheet and incorporate what Chad gave me and make one good final one. I think that's all I had for you on the agenda this morning,
Good.
unless you had any questions.
I think that's all she wrote.
Did you get that Sholey driveway ditch cleaned out yet?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if Janelle or her daughter stopped by yesterday and Told the guys they thought it looked good.
Good.
Randy just said a younger cow stopped, so I wondered if it was Janelle and Eldred's daughter or,
Probably. Okay, good.
well, we've been working on it, and I know it looked pretty good Friday night on my way home, but they had done some more work there yesterday, so.
Good. Good. They took the culvert out?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Good enough.
Yeah, they took a little dirt out yesterday on the south side that we looked at that day.
Yep.
And they took too much out, so I think they're gonna reshape it a little bit with skid loader today and put just a little bit of dirt back in.
Okay. Now, on the weed part of the deal, kind of a, I wouldn't call it a quick fix. I come up with this idea, do you suppose it would be accepted if, is this a fair statement that most of your maintainer men, that they do have a CDL license?
They all do.
They all do, okay. Would it be possible to have them guys, instead of in the past where they used to start at one road at the, like south of the river and go all the way down to Iowa County on that road and then turn around and come back up? Would it be, could we ask you guys to supply a driver, like the maintainer guy? For instance, I don't wanna pick on him, but my guy in my area, have him drive the truck and our young intern run the sprayer for that maintainer's area. Now, I don't expect him to do it every day, but if the weather's good, like it's been good the last couple of days, so I can't believe they're blading too much, are they?
Been prepping a lot of dust control areas right now.
That I understand, that I understand.
They're hauling rock too.
So we've still got 3 areas yet we've got to rock yet.
But I'm saying in some of the areas that's already been rocked.
Mhm.
That guy hasn't been helping his partner off in another area as for the rock hauling or bleeding off. You suppose it'd be possible?
Maybe, but I saying they also, and we've actually, based on the hours ago, I was just talking with Doug, I think we're getting it done quicker with the newer tractors, but all those operators run the
Mowers.
to mow when that's in their area too, so.
And see, I guess I'm looking at, as of right now, we only need one driver. You know what I mean? One area. And if they, I don't know how long it would take, but I would think 3 days in that area, they could really knock that maintainer guy's area, you know, knock a lot of miles out of his area. And the other thing
Depending
about,
on the wind.
yeah, well,
The wind
yeah.
is-
To me, you could look on the, you know, forecast the night before, or, you know, the day before, see what they're talking about winds. Like this morning, they said it was supposed to be calm. By this afternoon, they're talking 25-mile-an-hour winds. But what I was thinking on this deal, that the maintainer guys know where their weed patches are in their area better than the guys up here. They know where their problems are.
To some degree, maybe.
You know, and this ain't gonna be a permanent deal, this is just to help us 3 guys out. Since it's got dumped on us. 'Cause I mean, we got some applications in, but I mean, we're taking applications till the 9th, well then we'll have to do interviews and even if good luck, it's gonna be the 1st of July before we get actually somebody hired. By that time, the Canadians will be blowing in the wind.
Canadians are already blowing in the wind, it's just a different wind.
There's Canadian thistles down at Allen Lake. I don't know if they,
know. Does the spreader ever get into Hannah Lake?
If it's in the property, no,
Uh-uh.
no. It's in the conservation part.
That's the conservation. I'm just throwing that out. I'm hoping I can maybe get this rolling here maybe next week. I'd have to work between you and Randy to find out what area they got the rock done, and you know, when you're gonna start oiling. I understand that, if you're gonna start oiling, then well, then that guy's gotta be around there to have them oil slicks prepped.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you really need a rain, don't you, right now, to firm them?
I would, like a rain, the rain forecast right now from a promising rain is not until June, and Deb informed me this morning, I was off yesterday for a funeral, but the phone is starting to get heavy on dust control, and we may start our product this week anyway. It's not gonna be as good as it's been in years past, if I knew that, and that's just the way it is. It's heavily dependent on Mother Nature, and I really need about a month between, or more. It'd be better if I tore everything up in the fall and started the beginning of the winter with 0 dust controls anywhere in the county. But rural Benton County residents want dust control in front of their place, and it's definitely been dusty right now, and 2 days is too much for some people right now, and some of it's been 2 weeks, and our department's hearing about it, man. If we put it down with dry conditions, I would not expect any dust controls to make it past fall.
Yeah. That's what I've been getting phone calls too, and that's what I said, that you can't spray that tar on top of dust.
No, it balls up and
Yep.
picks up, and
So that way I think, so for helping this weed department for spraying, this would work.
now if everybody wanted to connect a few garden hoses and go out and water their place in front of where the dust control is, we do have one resident that does do that, and his holds up quite well.
I got a phone call yesterday afternoon too about, I call it Old 21, the old road going into Belle Plaine. I haven't been on it 6 months or better. But they said it's really breaking up because of all the traffic. Do you know about it already? The question was, is the state gonna help us when 21 is finally open and they get the truck traffic off that old road? Are they gonna help us fix it?
Partially, I think. I met with them a week ago Thursday in the Marshalltown RC office, and they have asked, well, the day I met with them, there was gonna do some minor patching in some really bad areas this week. I learned last Friday, for reasons unknown to anybody, that patching has been pushed back now, but, although concerns in both areas, the DOT felt that the north 2 miles was in worse condition than the south 2+ miles, and we were bouncing ideas off as to what could be done to, and probably need to be done before 21's even opened on that. There's that much of a concern on the DOT's part.
Really?
As well as what was the county planning on doing with that road in the near future. Some of the bigger cost ideas would need to be discussed and approved by more than just the resident construction engineer. It would have to be approved by the District 1 engineer, and they were gonna be putting some of those ideas together and taking that to those individuals. And I haven't gotten information back from them yet, but if I had some other ideas, I was to give that to them, but that's being discussed right now as we speak.
Okay.
All right,
That's all I got.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Took you that long to drive up here, didn't it?